Let us start with the explanation of the experiment number 11. It says that we have to find the minimum cost spanning tree using the undirected graph, that is Kruskal's algorithm. Using Kruskal's algorithm, we have to find the minimum cost spanning tree. Before going to this program, let us understand what is minimum cost spanning tree. So a spanning tree is a subgraph of its graph which contains all its vertices but not the edges. It remains connected graph in its subgraph, that is called as a spanning tree. It contains all its vertices, remains the connected and undirected graph. Then what is minimum cost spanning tree is each of the edge will be having its own cost or the weight. So the spanning tree which is having the minimum cost, that is called as a minimum cost spanning tree. For a single graph there will be n number of spanning trees, out of which only one will be minimum cost spanning tree. Having understood this, let us start with the program. Here we are taking two concepts for the logic, that is find of u and union. Find of u is a function where you are finding the parent of a particular node, and union means it is for example, let us say union of I comma j. If I is less than j, then what we are doing is union of ij means store I in the place of j. Whichever is smaller element, that will be stored in the other element. That is what is union. So using this union and the find of u, that is finding the parent of a node, we are going to solve this problem of finding the minimum cost spanning tree. Starting with the first line here in the program, again we are importing the scanner class for reading the data. Directly next we are creating a class called as Kruskal here. Then inside that we are declaring a array of parent dynamically. Then directly we are having a function to find the parent. Find int m is the node whose parent is to be found. So p is one intermediate variable which is taken, and value of m is assigned to p here. While parent of p not equal to 0, p is equal to parent of p, means if there is a edge between that p, then only we can say that p is a parent, otherwise we cannot find its parent. If the two edges are connected, then only parent can be found. That is why parent of p not equal to 0 means there is an edge between those two edges and its parent is p. That is what is done by this find function. Next we are having the union function, union of I and j. So I told you first I and j value is checked. If I is less than j, then in the place of j I is stored. So parent of I is equal to j. If this condition is false, ulta, in the parent of j I is stored. So like that union of two I and j is done. Then let us see here how Kruskal algorithm works here. U, v, k, I, j, sum, these are the variables declared here. Then while k is less than or equal to n minus 1, n will indicate the total number of vertices here. Min is equal to 99. If they means we are finding whether there is an edge. If there is an edge, then its cost will be taken, otherwise its value will be taken as 99. So we are finding out here phi is equal to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus. Similarly for j, a of ij is less than minimum and I not equal to j, means we are finding the minimum cost here between the two edges. So if a of I is less than minimum, then minimum is equal to a of ij. U and v means we are taking the two edges. Okay, I and j values will be taken by this u and v. U and v is a edge whose minimum value is stored in this min variable. Then now here we found out the parent. So then afterwards what we are going to do here is see find u and find v. Here they are finding the parent. After finding the parent, what we have to do? We have to do the union. See, for doing the union, one condition we are checking. If I is not equal to j. See, if both the I and j values are same, in the theory class we have seen that we are discarded that edge, because including that edge in the graph will cause a cycle. So in the spanning tree there will be no cycle, it will be a cyclic graph. That is why I is not equal to j is the condition to be checked for before performing the union function. Then we are printing the value of those union, that is a of u comma v. Then sum is equal to, see, since we are included that a of u comma v in our graph, we are including it in our cost also. Sum is a variable in which the cost of that spanning tree is stored. Similarly, it is repeated for all the edges which is present here, and finally the sum, that is minimum cost sum, will be printed. Now this completes the Kruskal functions, find union and display. So here next we will see the main function. Here the main function we are having the a of ij, that is array. Array we are declaring 2 dimension array, we are declaring here both row size and column size is 10 and 10, and also we are declaring 2 variables that we are using in the loop, those are loop control variables. Then we are displaying a message for the user asking that enter the number of vertices of the graph. So whatever number is entered, that is integer number, so that is it should be stored in some variable. So if we have to read those data, to read the data again we are declaring the object of the scanner class. Here sc is used as the object of the scanner class. Then that whatever value is entered, number of vertices, that is stored in n value here. Next we are reading the weighted graph. So enter the weighted graph matrix will be displayed. This is nothing but the cost adjacency matrix. After reading the cost adjacency matrix, and it will be stored in a of ij. Since we are reading integer numbers, next int function is used from the scanner class. Then we have to call those functions Kruskal, is it not? So for that we have to create the object of the Kruskal. To access the methods of any class, we have to create the object. So Kruskal k is equal to new Kruskal. Here we are creating the object of Kruskal class, and we are calling the function and passing the adjacency matrix and number of vertices. So with this we are calculating the minimum cost spanning tree, and the final statement here is closing of the input object, that is sc. Let us see the output here with the graph. After that we will be executing it using the Eclipse IDE. So here first it will be displayed for us, enter the vertices of the graph. So we have entered 6 here. Next it is asking to enter the weighted matrix, that is cost adjacency matrix. This cost adjacency matrix is for this graph which I have drawn here in the side. In the exam also, if you are going to get this program for execution, directly you cannot write the cost adjacency matrix. For that corresponding graph is to be drawn, then only you are going to get the cost adjacency matrix. So as soon as you enter the cost adjacency matrix, it will be giving you only those edges of the spanning tree. See 2 and 3 edges used. See 2 and 3 edges included here. Next 5 to 6 edges included. 5 to 6. Okay, this 5 to 6 edges included. 1 to 2. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 5 to 6 edges included. 2 to 6 also is included. 2 to 6 also is included. 4 to 6 and 4 to 6. So it remains a connected graph here. So once it remains a connected graph, it is the minimum spanning tree of the current values which are given as the input for the corresponding graph. If you want, you can draw this graph also in the output. If the external asks you to draw what is the minimum cost spanning tree you have got, include only these edges which I have selected here. Include only these edges in your minimum spanning tree. So let us execute this one in the Eclipse. I have already created a new project, that is Kruskal project, and let me save this one. So after saving, we will run this project. Yes, it is asking me enter the number of vertices. Please concentrate on the output console here below. So how many? 6 vertices we have to enter. Next it is asking me to enter the weighted matrix. So just I will copy this weighted matrix and paste here. Yes, I have entered. Then see, it is showing same thing whatever is displayed in the program there. So only these edges are included which bring the minimum cost for that spanning tree.